Welcome back. You're now tuned into the other side of sports. I'm your host, Laws, in the building. We got Aaron, no D. Actually, D might join us at some point during the show. We gonna see. But of course, we rocking out. Got a lot of stuff on tap. We're gonna get into all of it. First things first, before we get in our question of the day, Aaron, let me ask you, dog. You walking across any of these crates out here in the streets?
Hell no.
Is you doing the crate challenge, though?
0% chance, dog.
Dog, this joke is so silly to me, dog. What is people doing? It's not the crates is not built for Bama's to make it across them jumps, dog.
I don't understand why we in particular feel like if we see one person do something, we got to try it too. Like it's okay for somebody to try something and you not try it. You just look at the video and be like, oh, okay, and keep it moving. But for some reason,
I don't know how this jump become challenges though, dog. I like really, like I said on IG, like I'm about to just create a challenge, like run across the highway, see if you can make it across without getting your legs clipped. Like just anything that's dumb to just come to your mind, dog. People just doing it, dog. It's jump ridiculous, bro. And of course, it's us primarily.
Dog, something about us, our skin, dog, we just can't help ourselves. If we see one person do something, we got to do it too. Dog. That's why it's so easy to suck black people into the vortex, dog. They're going to jump off the cliff. You ain't got to nudge them but a little bit, and they gone.
Look at some of these videos, dog. Obama's getting folded, dog. Look at this jump.
Oh, there goes oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk. Oh! Oh! He needs some milk.
I begin to pass on.
Oh, man, why you doing that? Oh, my God. Yo.
I'll fix out for this shit first.
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that?
My back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
Dog, what's wrong with us, Aaron? What's wrong with us, dog? These Bamas out here getting folded, dog, for nothing. They giving Bamas $100 to try tightrope across these crates, dog. It just don't make no sense to me, bro. It make no sense to me. I don't get it, young. I don't get it. It's no way you can convince me to try to walk across them crates, dog. It's no way. Dog, I ain't got the. Yeah, that joint is a fail. Definitely a fail. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We got a lot of stuff. We're gonna get into some Sha'Carri Richardson, who recently got her boots smoked on the track. And really, I mean, her response to getting smoked on the track, she wasn't really humble about it. She wasn't really humble about it at all. And let me see if I can put up the video, young, show you how Sha'Carri Richardson got smoked on. So I'm trying to figure out, Aaron, dog. She did all that rapping and got her boat smoked. I don't get it. And then she had this to say as a response after getting smoked. This was her response.
This is one race. I'm not done. You know what I'm capable of.
count me out if you want to. Talk all the shit you want, because I'm here to stay. I'm not done. I'm the 6th fastest woman in this game ever. And can't nobody ever take that from me.
That sounds like somebody trying to boost their own head up. The way she was talking in that, like, I'm not buying it. You can count me out. And like, all that is fabricated, dog. You just gotta smoke. Why don't you just look? I wasn't my best version of myself today. I got the boost smoke, and I gotta get back to training. I lost. I caught a mean L, and I'm disappointed in my performance. That's what should have been a response. I'm disappointed in my performance. I've been training for this, and I just didn't do well. Bottom line. And instead, she doubles down with the arrogance, cocky attitude. I mean, yeah, it's not a good look. And I know a lot of people, fans of Sha'Carri, which is fine. I mean, I want to see her do well too. But I'm an equal opportunist, young. If you talking smack, if you talking trash, you got to back it up. That's the school I come from. All the smack talk and you front running and doing all that, you the best, and I'm like that and all like that. You got to back it up. You got to back it up. And it's just disappointing that, she just couldn't back it up. And I don't think, maybe she needs the hate, perceived hate to kind of drive her to be better. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. This past week, we had preseason games. I think the last preseason game, the Pittsburgh Steelers had a fight broke out at the game. And I'm trying to figure out, like, how does this stuff even get started?
She hit him first.
I'm trying to figure out how this stuff be getting started, dog, at the games.
People start talking a little bit too much trash, and then somebody taking it a little too personal. They got the beer flowing at the stadium, and then his youngin'. It's always a youngin', dog, that get it kicked off. Always.
Dog, the Batman held back, because he was about to glass her immediately, and he was like, he should have.
He should have glassed her immediately.
Dog, you can't, dog.
He should have glassed her immediately.
You can't, though, Aaron.
You can't put your hands on a grown man for that reason. She don't know about physical consequences, but she know now.
Dog. And the thing is, he held back too.
Like, he could have finished her.
He could have finished her, dog.
Dog, people got to learn to keep their hands to themselves.
Dog, you can't be putting your hands in people's faces and expect them to just. Dog, the only person in this world that can put their hand in my face and smack me in my face is my baby girl, dog. That's about it. That's about it, dog. I mean, the missus probably could too, but that jump would be an altercation. Everybody else, dog, you cannot put your hands in people's faces. It's not proper conduct.
And it's gonna come across as sexist, but I don't care. Control your youngin'. Not for real, because when it come down to it, he the one that got the paws put on him. Because his youngin' won't sit still and shut up. Sometimes you got to tell him, this ass whooping ain't for you. Shut up. Sit down. Because when it come down to it, I'm going to be the one that's going to have to to take care of the repercussions.
Every time, dog. You already know. You already know. You saw that lady. I don't got the video, but you saw the lady who was doing the she was like, I guess she was at a birthday party with the alligator inside the tank, and then the
Snapped her
alligator
ass up.
snapped that arm, and caught that arm. If it wasn't Bama's around, dog, she was finished. Because that Bama took her for a ride.
He was about to put her on the death row. And when that happened, the arm come off. She would have looked like Mr. Potato Head if he would have got that spin off. It would have been over. It would have been over.
Dog, I'm saying Bama's got some. Bama's got to come to the rescue, dog. Ain't
right.
Like, yeah, dog. She should have known better. She should have known better.
But a lot of times they feel like it's a dude, he's not gonna hit me, so I can kind of like battery in my back. I could do and say what I want.
He almost didn't hit her.
He said he almost didn't hit her.
He almost didn't, dog. Cause you saw him like what, and then he like held back. Then he just realized like it's gone too far, and then he put the pause.
It was perfect when the dude stood up. Because then he could let that animosity out on the dude for not controlling her in the first place. He put it. He was looking like a bobblehead for a second. He was asleep for 5 seconds. He was sleeping in that seat.
No, yeah, he had to redirect that jump.
That was perfect.
Yeah, nah, agreed, dog. But gotta stay out of the line of fire. Yeah. All right. Question of the day. You want to say anything about the Sha'Carri Richardson getting smoked out there? I know you seen the video.
Oh, I saw it. I don't know. I mean, what's there to be said? Like,
dog, but her attitude after the jump, it wasn't ladylike, dog.
Well, I'm not touching that one. But what I will say is, like, I don't even think it's her fault. It's the people.
They put a battery in her.
Yes, dog. They created this monster where she can't just.
They told her she the best. Can't nobody see her.
She has to live up to an image that was created by the internet. It has nothing to do with her.
Dog, you can't come in last place, though.
But you can. The problem is, she didn't say anything leading up to this. It's everybody else on the internet. Just because she looked like somebody that lived down the street from you in 2021, all of a sudden, they putting her on a pedestal, dog. And here's a secret. All of the fastest women in the world are black. It's not like she's the one black track star in a world full of white women. All of the fastest women in the world are black. So it was no need for them to try to pedestalize her other than the fact that she got the lashes and the nails and the hair.
Hood characteristics, dog. And, hood going to elevate you, dog. Street cred. You already know how it go.
And they're going to be early, too. Loud and wrong.
Loud and wrong, dog.
That's what the hood known for. Loud and wrong.
Yeah, dog. It's unfortunate.
But I don't even put it all on her, dog. Like, it's the people on the internet that created this environment where she feels like they're asking her questions they wouldn't normally have asked somebody in that situation who came in last place based on things people on the internet have created. It has nothing to do with her, dog.
First of all, the last place Batman don't never get interviewed.
Never. Unless the blackity blacks on the internet have created a situation where it's like, oh, look at your little superstar. What's going on?
Yeah, dog. That joke it wasn't a good look. All right. Question of the day. Question of the day says, my wife and I both work at the same place. And recently my department hired a female employee who was far too hands-on for my liking. She acts the same way with everyone, so it appears to be her personality, and she hugs people and touches their arm while speaking to them all the time. Many people have no problem with it, but there have been a couple, including myself, who have expressed that we do not appreciate being touched. When she crossed the line and made me feel uncomfortable was when she came from behind and started massaging my shoulders while talking to me. I jerked away and gave a what the look away, and she went on her way. I later spoke with my boss asking how to properly tell her to keep her hands off me, and he said he would take care of it and appeared to work for a couple weeks. During the last couple weeks, she has barely spoke to me and even avoids asking me anything at all and waits for the boss to show up. However, yesterday things changed and she started asking me work-related questions. And at one point, while talking excitedly about something, she touched and slapped my upper arm, similar to when someone might tell a joke and find it really funny. It was the way she normally would be with other people. And I again pulled away and she seemed to realize she was too close and gave some room and we didn't have a problem again. I felt that it was a slip up and that the situation was handled. When I spoke to my wife about it, she got really upset and feels that I did not do enough. I prefer not to make a big deal out of something small, but
Here we go.
How big of a deal it was. I told my wife I will voice my feelings if the new employee failed to get the hint this time, but we are at a place where she feels I'm defending the other woman when I'm simply am trying to avoid making work really awkward. What should I do?
Tell your wife worry about her job. How's she controlling what's going on at your job that you got to go to every day?
She worked there with him.
Dog, stop.
They work at the same place, dog. That's the first problem.
No comment. But, dog, you know I struggle with Bammers that don't be in control of their own livelihood, especially in their house.
No, first of all, he already took on the sentiments that granted, it may make you feel uncomfortable. But I feel like part of that is because it makes
his
her
wife
feel
is there,
and it's like she's there. Because if she wasn't there, Bama would be giving her hugs back and everything.
Right. Unless she's super weak, dudes ain't gonna complain about. Dudes just don't complain about that kind of stuff. Like it's a lot of people that's weird at work. We just deal with it.
Yeah, and now if she touch your butt or something out of bounds or something like you be like, hold on, young champ, you need to fall back. Like
but tap you on your arm while she laughing, like stop, dog. It's just not in my house. That's all I know. Not in my house, dog. People live in realities.
Rubbing my man's shoulders and stuff, talking. Like, I mean, granted that, like, so I'm from the school that if it's inappropriate in front of your wife, then it's just inappropriate all around. So if I wouldn't want it like to happen in front of my wife, then I wouldn't want it to jump happen in general. You know what I'm saying? And I think being able to say, I don't think you gotta go to the boss and all like that, but you just gotta be like, hey, look, like that's inappropriate. You know, please don't touch me like that. You know. And if my wife worked there, I'm gonna definitely add that caveat. Like, young, you ain't want to see my wife with the hand, so I'm gonna just tell you, just relax, young, because I don't want the smoke come your way. Chill out.
Yeah, I just don't hear anything inappropriate. Even though your boy Cuomo just had to resign for that, and Biden was getting a headache based on that same behavior. Guys just don't like see things that aren't there. Like if somebody just hitting you because of joke, it might be annoying, but we don't see it as they sexually assaulting me. Yeah. And outside of that,
it got to be.
I just don't think it's that big of a deal. Yeah,
it got to be egregious. It got to be. I mean, it seems like you're trying to honor your boundaries to some degree. You know, she just touchy feely, and so you know you might want to keep 6 feet, dog. Wear your mask and just back up.
But don't let somebody else tell you how to feel.
Yeah.
Like that joint is just weird to me.
Yeah. You're
not in control of your own emotions and feelings?
I guess not, dog. I guess not. On to some sports. You know, there's a lot of preseason going on. We're going to get to some of these quarterback competitions.
Jameis
fried. We can start there. It's a done deal. It's his job. That was enough. The Bama was cooking on all cylinders. And we've known Jameis to have games where he just be in his zone, dog, where he just dropped the ball in a hat and just be cooking, dog. And I think this was a display of that. Taysom he looked real lackluster.
Him throwing the ball, it looks so awkward and forced. It's like he's aiming the ball at times. He does miss a couple, and that's to be expected because he's basically like a run around quarterback. Mm-hmm. But there's just a league of difference between Jameis and Taysom, even when he's having success on the field. I get the mobility piece that he has that Jameis does not, but even the sacks he was taking in the pocket based on him just not trusting what he's seeing and things like that is just I don't even think this is a real competition. I get coaches have to play that game in training camp, but like you said, I think this is Jameis's job to lose.
Yeah, nah, facts. And I mean, he definitely showed the 2 touchdowns, both down the field passes that was on the money.
Dimes.
I thought even his intermediate passing was sharp. Like the Bama only had 1 incompletion and 2 touchdowns. I mean, what more do you need to see? I don't know. Sean Payton hasn't come out and named him the starter, but I think after a performance like that, you'd be hard pressed not to. I think everybody who's been watching and has watched this competition up to this point, would be surprised if James was not named the starter.
And that red shirt, it might look like a genius move, dog. Because remember when he ended up going to the Saints, people was like, what? Dog, it might be the move. Yeah. He might be able to finish out his career here if he continue to look like that.
Very well might. I have to even change his projection in my book from a fantasy standpoint, because we're going to talk a little bit of fantasy today, where I have him ranked, because I had him ranked low. And with the performance last night, even though you're going to get some bad Jameis in there too, but Sean Payton, I trust his offense. And if he can really, be put in positions to win where it's simple with the weapons that they have, they get Michael Thomas back, and if he's relatively healthy, with Alvin Kamara, if Callaway can step up, like I like that Saints offense, though. I think Sean Payton's very creative. And if Jameis can make the throws, he's not as elusive as Taysom Hill, but he has mobility enough. So we definitely gonna watch that. Another quarterback competition, Cam and Mac Jones, dog. Now, I think this is kind of taking a turn, and I don't want to say these Bama's is doing funny business, but it seemed a little funny that Cam Newton has been basically removed from the team due to COVID protocols for the next 5 days. Well, until Thursday, he'll be able to come back and may be able to play in that preseason game, but he's not with the team now currently and not practicing. And for whatever reason, it was a mix-up with the testing, because if you're not a vaccinated player, you have to get tested every day. I guess he was away from the team, and I think he did get tested, but maybe some criteria. It still sounds a little funny to me.
The funniest part, get vaccinated. I don't have no sympathy for anybody who's not vaccinated to this point. If you're not pregnant, I don't want to hear it. Get vaccinated. You won't be able to sit up there and say, oh, maybe they doing this and doing that. I don't want to hear it.
Fair enough.
From nobody. No exceptions.
So does this open the door for Matt Jones to take the starting position and starting QB job from Cam Newton? Because Cam, up until this point, has looked, in my opinion, better than Matt Jones. And Matt Jones hasn't looked bad.
He should look better. He's been in the league 10 years.
You're right.
But you'll get to see.
I'm talking about from a passing standpoint. This is probably the better passing Cam that I've seen in recent years.
No, that's true. But I think that's all been predicated on his health. Mm-hmm. Like, I wasn't one of the people who jumped off the bandwagon like the Bama's trash. Like, if you're not healthy and you can't do what he relies heavily on his athleticism and his arm strength. He stands flat-footed in the pocket. He's never been a guy who set up a good base to be able to throw the ball. So if he's not healthy, it's going to be glaring. And it has been over the past 2.5 years. So if he's healthy, I expect him to play better, to pass the ball better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we gonna see. We're gonna see. I think it opens the door for Matt Jones, honestly. If he can come out, in this last preseason game, which he'll probably get to start because Cam's not in the building, and do well in it. I don't know, dog.
Any other coach, I would be with you. But to me, Belichick is the smartest coach in the league. Mm-hmm. And one of the things he knows is that once you go to Mac Jones, you can't go away from him or he's done. Mm-hmm. Like you got to be very careful with the psyche, especially with these rookie quarterbacks. So I think he trusts Cam at least to be able to have them in the game to give him a chance to win long enough to be sure about Mac Jones. But I don't think Mac Jones is NFL ready by no stretch of the imagination. So even if he feels like Mac maybe look a little better in the preseason at some point, or if he cooks in this game, I don't think Bill's going to make that leap and throw him out there when he knows if it doesn't end up working out and he has to pull him, that could be it. We've seen it happen so many times where they rush a guy out there to say their job or something else is going on, and then they have to pull the guy back. And once they pull him back, he never gets that confidence back.
So speaking of that, the Bears, they got Andy Dalton. They got
Rookie of the Year.
What they going to do? What the pressure is on. Andy Dalton has not played bad in these preseason games. Justin Fields, I think, it just has more excitable characteristics that people want to see, and he's
Rookie of the Year
fairly well. So you coaching the team, what are you going to do? What do you do? You roll the dice with Justin?
I think the same thing as the previous situation. I think I know that Justin Fields has played better than Andy Dalton in the preseason so far, even though Andy hasn't played bad. But Andy is a competent NFL quarterback, and you're going to lose some games that you're going to be frustrated with sending him out there. But you got to be careful, especially coming off
week 1,
right? Especially coming off of Dwayne Haskins, who is the main reason why Fields ended up dropping. Like, people can try to allude to other things, but that's the reason he ended up dropping, because people just say, "Oh, Ohio State quarterbacks, this is a repeat of the same," and basically tried to pivot off of it. So he's also black in Chicago. So you got to be very careful with how you tread him out there and what you allow to be presented on film, because if it's a couple little chinks of things that he needs to work on to happen, and then you get the right broadcasters that want to see somebody else play and start pulling them strings, we know how that works.
You know how I go, dog. You already know.
So you give them the trash first, so they don't have anything to jump to. They'll be begging for him by week 6.
Give them the trash.
Give them the trash first, dog.
Give them the trash. Speaking of trash, dog, what we gonna do here? I've been watching the games. And
that offense, dog.
Ryan Fitzpatrick looking real pedestrian, bro. He looking real pedestrian, real regular right now. And I'm saying it's not a big gap between the two, but I think Taylor Heinicke's plays slightly better than Ryan Fitzpatrick. I just think from the way the O-line is looking, that O-line is looking trash can. And if you don't have a quarterback that can be mobile, I think we're just in trouble. And I'm honestly, if they roll Fitzpatrick out here and try to sell him to the fans, that
they already did. They already did. That ship is sailed. So you can't put that back in the can.
Listen, put that toothpaste back in the canister. Dog, I can see it. It's bad. He's not.
But you didn't see training camp. And Heinicke was very bad for all training camp. When you got the white announcers coming out and saying that, the Bama was trash.
No, but
so that's what the coaches have seen too.
So this is the thing. I think with Taylor Heinicke, I think he got gamer syndrome. He got the Doug Flutie.
I agree.
They're like when you just put the Bama out there and he just got to play off mostly instinctive. I think he will get the best version of him. But when you try to I think when it's
run an NFL offense and have practice like every other quarterback has to do, we can't have these different routes to take with certain guys. We got to hold everybody to the same standard.
So this is another thing too. Our play calling.
Trash. There you go. There you getting warmer.
Back to square one. The Bama's trying to be a genius. He want to get the boy genius tag. And he's not a genius, dog. Go ahead, download your father's offense and just run that.
Just run it.
I don't get it, dog. What these offensive coordinators trying to get this. I mean, I do get it because we've seen Bama's get head coaching jobs, Shanahan, McVay, all over the NFL. Like, you know what I'm saying? Easy coming from here. But the offense, to me, it doesn't look like it's going to be successful. I know it's preseason. I know everything is vanilla. But, dog, the stuff that they are doing, I'm like, nobody's open. You cannot run an offense in preseason where Bama's are not open. To me, that's a bad offense. Everybody should be open because teams are playing base defenses. Base zone, you might get a little bit of man here and there, but passes are there, slants are there, curls are there. Like, and it's just from a quarterback play standpoint, I am not encouraged, though. I am not encouraged. And I'm almost at the place where square one, where I don't really care who you trot out that jump. Like, who going, like,
the win-loss column is going to be about the same.
Exactly. That's how I'm feeling about it.
I think Fitzpatrick probably gets you 2 more wins, but he'll also get you 2 or 3 more losses. So it's kind of hard. Even though that doesn't make sense, it makes perfect sense because the Bama can go out and win you games that Heineke can't, but he will also lose games that 9 out of 10 other quarterbacks wouldn't lose for you. Mm-hmm. They might not win it for you, but they're not going to lose it for you. And so you can already see Ron Rivera with his temperament getting frustrated if that turnover machine starts. But that hasn't been his issue to this point in the preseason. So I think it's still early. They probably going super vanilla. When you take a guy whose offense is already vanilla and give him preseason, that's not a recipe for success because you got to go double vanilla. So I'm just going to give him a couple of games to see what he has worked out with Fitzpatrick. But just the status of the roster I'm not thrilled with. So I don't know, when everybody else was getting so excited when he signed here, I didn't really see offensively what the big changes were that was going to make that big of a difference.
I'm not encouraged at all. After watching the product, I'm like, dog, the defense is right back where it was last year. Guy scored 25 points for us to have a chance, dog, because I'm sorry. The O-line was not creating any holes for the running back, for the running game. That's one. Two, Fitzpatrick was inaccurate on throws. He looked real loosey-goosey with his throws. The pocket was collapsing on him, and I felt like he couldn't get away. Like, it just...
You don't think he's as much a gamer as you think Heineke is, though?
So for me, I feel like Fitzpatrick is he's a rhythm-based quarterback. He's one of them quarterbacks that you got to, like, get in a rhythm and hope that he's staying that rhythm. Like, he's not your I think that's why he had success with the Dolphins, because their offense is really predicated on a rhythm. And Heineke at least is a more elusive, in my opinion. And right now, the way that O-line look, we're going to need somebody who can scatter around out that jump.
I almost hope they start him, even though I know it won't happen. It'll never happen. I almost hope they trot him out there so y'all can see what you're really asking for, because that's what ends up happening. Y'all ask for something, then when you get it, y'all be ready to blow the whole joint up. I think Fitzpatrick's going to be fine, dog.
I'm ready to blow it up anyway, dog. What you mean?
I think Fitzpatrick is going to be who he's been. Yeah, he's going to play around 500 football. It was no reason to get excited and think you're going to win a division when all the quarterbacks were gone last year.
Who we thought you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
next year is the year, though. Develop the defense. Next year is the year. Don't play for this year.
But you know how it go, dog. Them defenders going to start getting, like, I want out of this joint, dog. These Bammers.
That's what happens when the quarterback is trash. But when you trot A-Rod down here next year, everything will be cured, dog.
You're right. I like that way you think, bro. All right. Let's go to some fantasy, dog. It's a list of 10 fantasy players you want to avoid this year. This list is interesting. First on the list, number 10, Tyrell Williams. You want to stay away from anybody who's in a Lions uniform. We're just going to keep it all the way 100. Stay away from all Lions, young. You don't want nobody on that team. Not even a running back. What's his name? The running back they got last year. Just stay away from all Lions. I know that Tyrell Williams is the number one now since, Marvin Jones is gone. Kenny Galladay, they got rid of all the receivers. This is their best receiver on the roster, but he has been able to stay healthy for his career. And Alabama, I just don't know if he is a true number one. So go ahead and stay away. This joke, I hate to put my man on here, but he got the case right. His youngin trying to hem him. You saw what she put on her IG. Him putting hands on her.
Yeah, you gotta leave them IG thoughts alone. And don't put your hands on these youngins, dog. Not your youngins. I ain't talking about the Steelers game, Drake, but dog, not your, she supposed to be the mother's kid.
Dog, you just got here, bro. What is you doing? And then the other night, this man was dropping everything.
He been out for a year.
Dog, Aaron. You know, I can't. Dog, what being out for a year got to do with your hands, though?
I mean, he was a cooker when we saw him playing football. So I don't think that Bama got sorry
overnight.
Over the course of a year. Over the course of a year. It's going to take him a while to get back in the rhythm. He ain't been hit really in a while. He ain't played big time football. But when he was on the field with other cookers, he flashed off the screen as the cooker. So I'm not really worried about it right now in training camp.
Okay.
Jerry Rice had the drops his first year and a half when he was in the league. Like, I'm not worried about it.
Okay. Fantasy, I'm staying away because I don't know what kind of consistency you're going to get. Yeah. I think T. Higgins is a better option on that team. They got what's the other Bama in the slot? They run a lot. But I just think that there's a lot of other options on that team that you probably want to go before you go Jamar Chase if you have high expectations for him. Next on this list, I'm sorry I had to put my man on here, dog, because this Bama was my guy for a minute. But Melvin Gordon, dog.
Top 5 running back.
at 4 or 5 years ago, he was there. But now this Bama is, dog, a washcloth, dog. He just about washed all the way. Now he will give you some glimpses here and there, stuff that you can hang your hat on, but overall, you just can't trust it, dog. You just can't trust it. So I would stay clear of Melvin Gordon. Even though I know his Lindsay is not there anymore, it's still just not a favorable situation for him. I think they'll be playing from behind in a lot of games, and I just will stay clear. Number 7, another running back, Darrell Henderson. Coming out of college, I was high on this guy, dog. I thought he was going to just be that guy, and he just slowly progressed. I think one of the things that's kind of hindered his progress is the McVay offense, dog, which is not really a run-centric, run-heavy offense. It's more for, pass catchers, even in the run game. They're very, like, when they do run, it's heavy in between the tackles. They got the other running back that they drafted last year. It's just, and then he got the injury to his hand. I guess he practiced today, but I would just stay away. On the other running backs, number 6, I don't know, Bama's may not agree with this one, but I'm going to tell you why. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now, I know Andy Reid and the running backs, they can do work. Trust me, I know. He does work with rookie running backs. He had to Kareem Hunt. Hunt did numbers. But Kareem Hunt and Clyde Edwards-Helaire are different running backs. They're different in stature, build. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a much smaller back. Last year, he dealt with injuries, knick-knack injuries. He couldn't stay on the field. He barely played in the Super Bowl. He played I think the first game he cooked, and then it was just real spotty throughout the year. And I believe you're going to get much of the same. I just think his build doesn't lend to him being able to take the punishment that's garnered at the running back position at the NFL level. Now, will he have a few games in there where he has a couple screens? Because, Andy Reid is the greatest screen caller of all time, in my opinion, though. His screen game is on 99. So will Edwards-Helaire has some games where he has 5 catches for 89 yards and a touchdown, and he runs yes, he'll have a few games, but I think you'll see him on the sideline for a few of those games as well. I don't see him playing more than 12 games this year. The next is heavy on running backs because I know Bama's like to draft running backs. Austin Eckler. Now, I know Bama's like the bug. They like Austin Eckler. He got a little bit of bug tendencies in him. He can, scurry away and got a little bit of speed and stuff like that. But dog, his durability is just not there. And he gonna cook the skins get week 1. Don't worry, log that in. But it's not gonna be sustained throughout the year. And I don't know what this new play calling is gonna look like at with the Chargers, but I know they're probably gonna be most likely pass happy. I don't think Austin Eckler, me personally, is an every down back, so I wouldn't draft him. Now we're gonna get it. It gets interesting because you're gonna like these next ones. Odell Beckham Jr. is number 4 on this list. Now, do I think he'll bounce back and have a better year than he had the previous year? I do. Do I think he's a 1,000-yard receiver? I don't know. That offense is different. It's a run first based offense to play action pass. And I don't know that the targets will be there for Odell Beckham for him to have the type of season that people want him to have. Down in the red zone, they do a lot of runs down by the red zone. He will get, I mean, if I had to put a projection out there, I'll say he's probably going to be between, 900 and 1,000 yards, right around 1,000, and maybe 5 touchdowns. Is that enough to draft him high with the top wide receivers? I just don't think so. But of course, people are going to, put him in the Odell Beckham of old classification when he was with the Giants and he was frying, he was cooking, and he's just not that now. You're going to like this one, Aaron. MAGA man himself, Kirk, the no COVID,
no vaccination
Cousins, dog. Now, they just got, what's his name, added back to their team.
Everson Griffin.
Everson Griffin. And Everson Griffin slandered Kirk Cousins.
I didn't know that.
He slandered him. He said, dog, Mike Zimmer didn't want Kirk Cousins. We know whose decision that was. He tweeted this out. And so coming back to the team, them re-signing, he said that he has to personally apologize to Kirk Cousins for slandering him and apologize to Zimmer and the team and stuff for his comments against Kirk Cousins. But honestly, dog, you don't have to apologize, Everson, because you didn't tell no lies. It's only going to take a few games before you realize that everything that you said was true, because Kirk Cousins has limitations. We all know it.
And he's used to being unwanted. Only people that ever wanted him was Kyle Shanahan in Northern Virginia. Other than that, nobody wanted him back. So this is not a surprise or shock to him. All you're going to do is blow in his hands and be blinking real fast and say, it's okay, pat you on the back and keep him moving.
No, if Dalvin Cook goes down, which is the same story, Kirk Cousins can't win it on his shoulders, dog. What you're gonna get from Kirk Cousins is the same thing you always get from Kirk Cousins. 8-8. The Bama gonna win some games. He gonna play good some games. You're gonna be like, yeah, this Bama's elite. And then he gonna look real regular and pedestrian in other games. And you're gonna be like, oh, this Bama's so trash. I got
a secret. He can't go 8-8 no more. It ain't 16 games. So he floating under 500 from there on.
There you have it. The next guy on this list at number 2. This is a highly coveted running back. People love this guy. Don't draft him.
Injury bug.
The Bama is an exceptional talent. Does he have the skill set to be elite? Yes, he does. But that O-line is not fitting for him. I think last year the Bama only had like three rushing touchdowns or something real regular. I'm just telling you, he's going to frustrate you if you draft him on your team. Now, if you're in one of them spots where you don't have a choice and he's just the best available guy out there, I mean, I get it because the talent is there. But the team is not conducive to him being successful, just to just how it was set up, dog. And then he gets injured, and then that O-line is just not right. And I would stay far, far away from Joe Mixon. As crazy as that sounds. The last person on this list, can you guess who number 1 is? It's not Deshaun, but that would have been a good guess.
Tom Brady?
Nah.
It's a quarterback.
It's a running back.
Zeke. Gotta be Zeke.
Nah. But close. I thought about putting Zeke on this list.
The boy in New York? Yeah.
It's Saquon, dog. Now, I just want to say this. What Adrian Peterson did after his knee injury, they put a bionic leg on that Bama, dog, because it was unreal. The Bama ran for 2,000 yards and the Bama was frying after his knee surgery. To me, I don't see Saquon as that. Even though the Bama is an exceptional talent, even though the Bama is gifted, I just would not risk a high pick on Saquon. I would steer clear of Saquon. As tantalizing as it would be. Now, if you're the last pick in the first round, let's say if you're in the 12-team draft and you got pick number 12 and you got pick number 13 and you want to roll the dice and Saquon is there, I would say that is okay. But I would not put Saquon in that top 10 range. I would not pick him top 20. To me, he's in the 12 to 20 to 25, 12 to 25 range for picks. And that's our list, dog. That is our list of players that I just would avoid this year. Is there anything else that's going on in the NFL right now, dog? I mean, I'm ready, dog. I'm ready for it to start. We got the picks, dog. We got the picks. That's coming up. We already ready for the picks, but we're gonna save that. That's gonna be on the Lock Factory. We're gonna have we're gonna give you the insight, the picks. We're gonna help you get breaded this season, dog. We're gonna help you get breaded this season. When we do that first episode, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about because I'm gonna have the bread already. I'm already setting it up. Y'all gonna see.
And we posting real tickets. Real tickets every week.
Real tickets. Because this is the thing. It's a lot of Bama's gonna tell you funny business. Oh, yeah, yo, we can help you win your parlays and blah, blah, blah. They sell you a dream and all like that. No. I'm telling you, this year we're gonna share the secrets. We're going to share all the secrets. We're going to help you get breaded. The thing is, to get to the 40K range, everybody can't get there, dog. So I'm not even going to set you up there. It's only a few elite that can get to that status. Y'all might not be there. Y'all might need to start with baby steps, but we're going to help you get there. We're going to help you get there. So stay tuned. We're going to have all the insight, all the info you need to know. We're going to go through the games, tell you the jumps to stay far, far away from because there are. We're going to tell you what the upset jumps is going to be, the ones that got the hook at the end, and you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going with, and then Vegas going to cash out. We're going to let you know, and we're going to help you. We're going to give you the locks, dog. We're going to give you the locks. Every week, we're going to give you the locks. We might even, I haven't put it into the show yet, but we might even give you a guaranteed pick. A guaranteed pick every week. If the joint is wrong, we'll give you bread. How about that? Yeah. So we confident in our skill level to be able to, make the right assessments, on the games. And so we're gonna hook you.
All the people that be crying in your DMs, they put tickets in? They show tickets too? Or they just talk? They don't put no money on it. Gotcha.
They just talk, dog. They just talk. We're going to show receipts, screenshots, all that. But don't worry. We're going to tune into the first episode. We're still going to cover the picks on here. So we're going to go through the picks with the team. Me, D, Aaron, and Jeremy. We're going to go through our picks. We're going to do the pick 'em. But For the locks, you want to come to tune into the Lock Factory. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. You want to tune into the Lock Factory. Don't worry, you're gonna get all the information. It's gonna be on the channel, so you ain't got to go nowhere else to find it. Follow us at OSS980 at Other Side of Sports. Shout out to Sports Talk Tasha. Shout out to Jenna Garcia. Shout out to Benner Knows Best. Shout out to who else, young? Everybody who rock with us, dog. Y'all know who y'all are. And we out.